If you feel stuck right now, either mentally, emotionally, creatively, or even spiritually, I want you to hear this first. Being stuck does not mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're stuck forever. It doesn't mean you're unmotivated. And it certainly doesn't mean that you're doing life wrong. Most of the time, being stuck or feeling stuck means your brain is overloaded and trying to protect you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing you 5 very specific and exact journal prompts that I personally use when I'm stuck. They're the same ones I've used for years. I am a journaling expert with over 15 years of daily journaling, and I've taught it to thousands of students. Um, this will help you get that breakthrough. Let's dive in. Okay, guys, welcome to this video. If you don't know me yet, I am Trish Blackwell. I have been a confidence and mindset coach for over 13 years, and I use journaling as the launch pad for growth. And before we get into the prompts today, I want you to know these prompts are not the write your feelings and hope for the best prompts. These are prompts that create movement, that are going to create calm, that are going to flood you with peace without forcing answers or overthinking. Now, a little word to the wise when it comes to prompts. I like to take my journal and put in at the top of the page, write the question out. So you're going to have the prompt. They're going to be in the notes to this video. You have the prompt and you are going to write it at the top of the page. I would then put a timer. I just have a timer right here on my watch. I hit the timer. Give yourself 5 minutes to answer each question. Sometimes too much time we end up waffling and never answering the question. 5 minutes, let your brain task on just that. And that is where you're going to get the most effective breakthrough in response to these prompts. Okay, prompt number 1. What am I actually avoiding right now? Sometimes we feel stuck because we're avoiding something that feels unnecessarily hard, or we just go, I don't know what to do here. And I want to ease some of the pressure here. You don't need to know what to do. You need to ask yourself, if I don't know what to do, and that's why I'm avoiding it, what is one step I know I can do? What is my next best move? Because being stuck or feeling stuck is often simply avoidance disguised as confusion. And your brain uses the I don't know as protection. So we don't have to hide behind that. I want you to answer the I don't know and say, I do know. I do know that might not know steps 7 through 10, but I certainly do know 1, 2, and 3. And I'll figure out 4, 5, and 6 once I get to 3. So I want you to pause for a second and let that just be like, I will decide today I'm not going to be a person who hides behind, I don't know, because I can figure out anything. Okay, before we go to the next prompt, I do want to tee this thought up. If you've ever said, I don't know what I'm stuck about, this next prompt is going to help you. It's one that people avoid because they just go, yeah, yeah. But I need you to slow down, really use the timer system that I introduced and answer this prompt. Here's the question. What story am I telling myself about this situation? Because we are all telling ourselves a story about something that is happening. And I want you to again ask yourself, what is the exact story that I'm telling myself? I'm in alone. No one gets me. This is too hard. There's too much pressure here. I have to do this. What is the story? What are you telling yourself? And then now you need to ask yourself, once you figure out the exact story you're telling yourself, I want you to ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Or does this make it harder? Is this story helpful or is it just familiar? Okay, prompt 3. What would this look like if it didn't mean anything about me? We get in our own heads. We get in our own way. We hesitate. We delay. We feel stuck because we think if we can't figure it out, that means something about us more deeply, more inherently, and it's just not. We attach identity to everything. And so I just want you to know growth in general will feel lighter. Your breakthroughs will come easier when you just say, this is part of my story. This is not who I am. This is a thing I'm learning through. So, how do we journal this question? I want you to separate here's what happened. Here's what I made it mean about me. Now, here's what I want to make it mean instead. Maybe you made it mean that you'll always be this way, that you'll always feel stuck, that no one gets you, that your family doesn't understand you, that school's always going to be hard. And maybe we just need to change the story. Look at fact for fact and ask ourselves, what have I made it mean about me? And what if it didn't mean anything about me, but meant something about the journey of becoming more? We're on number 4. Number 4, guys, landing the plane. What's the smallest next honest step I could take? Now, We kind of started with this in one of the previous questions of like, what's the next thing I can do? I don't need to know the full answer. I just need to know what's my next best move. You don't need clarity. You need momentum. And in order to make momentum, you sometimes have to take a baby step. Are you willing to take a baby step and call it progress? Are you willing to take a baby step and say, well done, me? You don't, big plans, wanting to have a big, perfect plan often stalls progress. And so I just want you to ask yourself today, what is truly the next smallest thing I can do to break this pattern, to fix this area where I feel stuck or overwhelmed? And then do it. All right. Our final prompt is not about doing more, it's about trusting yourself again. If I trusted myself more, what would I do? I love this prompt because most people already know the answer. They just don't trust it. I want you on this journal prompt to write it quickly. I don't want you to explain. I don't want over justification of it. Your intuition gets quieter the more you ignore it. So this is us tapping into our intuition. This is saying, I can trust myself to figure this out as I go. I can trust myself to be coachable. I can trust myself to be a good student. I can trust myself to manage money differently than I've ever managed before. I can trust myself to not give up on my goals 3 months from now, even though I have in the past. I can trust that I am different because I care more. But more than that, I have different tools now than I had before. Hey, now, if these journal prompts have encouraged you, do make sure you're following the show and subscribing. Comment below. Let me know if this was helpful or not, and which journal prompt you liked the most and what you got the most from. But that said, journaling is a tool that helps us notice our brain, see our thoughts. The next step, once you see the thoughts, is learning how to calm your nervous system without fighting your mind or telling your mind, hey, I shouldn't think that. The minute you shame yourself and say, I shouldn't do this, think this, it spirals you in and it just sets your nervous system wild. And so the next video I want you to watch is my video on powerful affirmations to calm anxiety and overwhelm. Those are going to be words that you speak over yourself as you're uncovering things in the journaling process, because it's this whole combination between journaling and affirmations and using powerful words over yourself isn't about positive thinking or pretending that everything's fine. These affirmations are designed to quiet mental noise and so that you regulate any of the overwhelm and you bring your body back to safety, especially if anxiety shows up loud or fast for you. So, hey, let's watch that next and you will see how these two, this video and that video, work really well hand in hand. I'll see you over there.